Hello, hello, and welcome back to another moon ceremony. I'm Safrianna Luna, the Queer Spirit Guide, and I am so delighted to have you here with me this evening as we dive into some energy work and acknowledging this incredible season of change that we are in. Incredible in so many different ways. I mean that in like every definition of an incredible. Uh, there's just so much energy in the air right now. And, these ceremonies are all about taking some moments to really drop in and just be present with ourselves because we live in such an intense, nonstop hustle culture world right now. And a world full of so much chaos and clutter and violence and so much more that it can feel like we don't want to be present. It makes sense that there is this sort of dichotomy between like you've got to be hustling and you've got to be being busy, and also why would we want to be present in the world when it's seemingly so on fire, right? And so that's why these ceremonies exist, is for us to have moments to pull ourselves back into us, to land here in this present moment and empower ourselves to take care of ourselves, to resource ourselves, to do what we need to do so that we can have the impact in the world that we're meant to have. So that is why it is my delight to bring these moon ceremonies forward. And, this is my heart offering to the world. I love being able to connect with you all wherever you are, whenever you are, to have these moments of presence, because I believe when we collectively do this work together, it is amplified in the collective and has more of an impact. So, all you need, if you want to participate along with me, is a notebook, something to write with. I have my moon journal here. And, this is just in case you want to write down any notes of anything that I say that are, jumping out at you right now, or just any moments of clarity that come through in the visualization portions, or if there's a card that I pull for the collective, you can jot that down. And otherwise, you're just encouraged to take in this ceremony however you want. Every single time that I'm live, we follow the same format. So I'm going to do a quick energy update. Then we will set some intentions. We'll go into an energy clearing, then a guided visualization, meditation kind of thing. It's a journey that you can receive meditation style, laying down, seated, or with your eyes open while journaling or doodling. I've seen some beautiful art pieces made during these ceremonies. And then I'll pull a couple cards for the collective and we'll wrap up. So let's go ahead and jump in. So first of all, if you are here live, I would love for you to just say hi if you're comfortable doing so. Part of this format is that you don't have to out yourself. I know so many closeted spiritual people who want these moments to tune in, but they're not really ready to be known in that. So no pressure to say hi. But if you want to tell me if you celebrated Halloween yesterday or have any Halloween traditions, I'd love to hear about that as you say hi. And otherwise, I'm going to start to jump into the energy updates here. So we're entering a time of a new moon in Scorpio, and it is also Samhain. So I celebrate Samhain uh, on the 31st into the 1st, sometimes into the 2nd. To me, it represents the transition point in the year when we are literally turning into the liminal space between autumn and winter. And it's this liminal death and rebirth space. I really feel that energy for an extended period of time, sort of around this time. So I really feel it from now until the winter solstice. But this point Samhain marks the witch's new year, the turning point in the wheel of the year where we reset, we go into that death and rebirth. So I did a ceremony last night. Hi, Dawn. So good to see you. I'd love to hear if you did any ceremony or what's coming through for you. I did what's called dumb supper ritual last night, and the ancestors they were there. It was a very powerful thing, and enjoyed that with my loved ones. And we had a bonfire, and it was just really beautiful. So I'd love to hear if you did anything. But The energy that's really here in the collective right now, we've got this Scorpio new moon, we have Samhain. They're falling really like time wise very close to one another right now, which is like extra amplified to me. So it's literally this astrological lunar new year as well in a way. And so there's an invitation right now with Scorpio to really sit with, what are my emotions telling me I'm ready to let go of? Maybe there's guilt, shame, fear. Maybe there's disappointment. Maybe there's just an ache in you from something in your past that it's starting to rise right now. Look at that. I know it's super uncomfortable, but I am all about that shadow work. And there is a serious need to release right now, to really release these emotional shadows and transmute them into something else. So with Samhain being right now, we're really being invited to take whatever this emotional stuff that's coming up is, these really nitty gritty. I wrote in my newsletter, it's it's like this is the grit in the oyster that's making the pearl. Like that's what is your grit in that's really rubbing you and going to create a gem out of it. Like that is the invitation for what to reflect on here. So, oh, great. I'm so glad other people are doing fires. Oh, we're on the fire planet. Fire is such a powerful ritual here, which is why I always use smoke cleansing. There's a reason smoke cleansing has been used in cultures all across our world because it's it's what we're here to do. To be the power of fire and create and all of that. So we're going to set some intentions. I'm going to drop in the chat some intention setting statements in case you're not quite sure how to start. But think about what I just shared, the grit, the emotions, the stuff, the shadow stuff that's coming up right now. What's your intention for how you want to use that, transmute that, relate to that? Or maybe your intention is completely unrelated. Whatever it is, we're going to take some moments now to go ahead and write them down. And you are welcome to share them in chat or not. So, a theme that's coming up right now for me is forgiveness. So, if you're feeling stuck or you need a ping point, I might invite you to just consider that. Like, what might you need to forgive yourself for or another for? Because I do think that there's an energy in the collective with that right now that uh, we have a lot that we need to forgive ourselves and one another for. And until we are able to forgive one another and ourselves, we're going to continue to see so many not great things in the world. So, I am working on a journey of healing my body right now. So, my intention is to forgive myself for allowing my health to get to where it is. So, that's what I'm working on. So some real gritty stuff that brings all kinds of emotions to the surface, right? Very Scorpio. I've been nonstop journaling. So whatever is here right now as you're setting these intentions, whatever you're feeling in your body, in your emotions, just take note of that. We're going to go ahead and do an energy clearing before we move into our journey. And I always like to set the intentions first because as we set our intentions, it starts to cue up the things that we need to release in order to make those intentions possible. So, you know, I call them blips. It's like we're bumping up against what gets us stuck. We immediately can notice those thoughts going off when we're really like, okay, let's focus on our intention. What, positive thing are you calling in? And then it's like, oh, well, I can't do that because. So I'm going to invite you. You can keep writing if you're writing, but just really tune into your breath for a moment here. And I'm going to invite you to allow the breath, the in breath, to call you back home. And the exhale, the out breath, to blow away, push away anything that is not you. So just allowing the breath to be an anchor here. Calling yourself back home, letting go of anything not you. And we're just releasing here, releasing on behalf of the collective at this time and space. Hatred, anger that is unfounded, judgment, shame, generational trauma, releasing any threads that are ready to be released. Bringing in an energy of forgiveness. And bringing in an energy of love as we clear, as we release. It's just letting go of whatever you can that feels like it would hold you back from meeting your intentions. We're not going to focus on extended conscious release here because the journey we're going to go on tonight, I have a feeling, is going to have its way here. So, just take a moment to transition from releasing here into more of a guided visualization. Now, in case you have not done one of these with me before, I always like to give a heads up. There may be light language that comes through. So if I speak in a non-English language, these are just tones or frequencies that are seeded from my soul here in the highest compassion and highest love to clear out an energy, activate an energy, or strengthen an energy, usually having to do with something I've said on either side. You are welcome to take in anything that is yours and leave the rest. You can receive this with your eyes opened or closed. You can doodle or dance or lay down and fall asleep. You can do whatever you need to do. So we're going to drop in and we're going to work with some powerful energy that might surprise you here on this Scorpio new moon. But last night in ritual, it came through hot. Who wanted to work with us? So we're going to see what wisdom they have to share. So once again, just allowing yourself to use the breath as an anchor here. Again, eyes opened or closed. Just consciously riding the wave of the breath down into the body. And feeling ease drop into your shoulders as you exhale. And I'll invite you to drop from the thinking mind down into the heart space. And to really anchor into this heart space, perhaps recalling a loving moment with a loved one, an animal companion, nature, a moment where you felt seen or accepted just as you are. And just allow any sensations from that memory to expand in your heart center. And we'll acknowledge from this space as we gently breathe that we are in a liminal space. We are on a threshold here, transitioning, the wheel of the year turning. The moon in her dark face. And we return to that heart center, inviting in the wisdom of Mother Nature, of the sky, of the seasons, inviting these energies into our heart space as we open and expand, using our loving moment to open a portal into a nature scene. So as your portal opens and before you, you see Mother Nature, allow yourself to step through and take a moment to orient and look around. And just remember, if you can't see within your mind's eye, it's okay if you sense or know. However this comes in, just taking in your surroundings as you fully integrate into this portal. And I'll invite you to notice the landscape. And as you look around, I invite you to find some kind of hole. It might be a knot in the tree, a burrow in the ground, a cave. It could be a vortex in the water. But as you look around, you find a hole going down that you feel drawn to surf through, to ride down. So find your way there, knowing that you are fully safe, supported. You can call on any guardians or guides if you wish. But as you are ready, allow yourself to move into this tunnel, into this portal down. And you're going to be going down for a while. So bear with yourself as you journey into dark, down, down, down. Noticing what it's like to be in the unknown here. Noticing what it feels like to be in a liminal space, unsure of where the destination ahead is taking you. Breathing, holding yourself in your heart space. And as you travel down into the dark, you come into relationship with that seed of doubt, that seed of fear, shame, some deep, dark emotion that's been rubbing you raw. Something that's been eating away at you or nagging at the back of your mind, something that you've just not known what to do with. And you can see this little flame sparking in your heart, but this shadow tries to snuff that out, tries to keep that flame small. Just be with that as you travel down, down, down. This discomfort, this emotion, this belief you're carrying. What could happen if that could be transmuted? If that could be alchemized into something new, what could happen then? Down, down, down. Down, down, down you travel till you realize where you are headed. You are headed to the molten core of Mother Earth herself. You are on a journey to the primordial energy of fire. These watery emotions, this shadow that slips around you, being taken, down into the depths, down into the molten core. And you sense your approach, you sense the heat, this incredible primal power. And you know that in this light, there is nothing that can be unknown. So allow yourself to arrive and feel your own heart's flame jump, alight with glee and joy at coming home to the fire within Mother Earth herself. And she is here to help you transmute, to help you be reborn, to help light that flame within you ever brighter than you ever could have imagined. So allow your worries, your fears, your doubts to pour out of your heart into your open hands. Allow the weariness, the uncertainty, the clouds to clear, everything simply pouring out into your open hands as you offer it over to this primordial fire. And as you offer it over, as you surrender and you surrender and you surrender, each breath letting go, you begin to see a small spherical shape, a density forming just near this primordial core where you are pouring your shadows into, as they begin to transmute and take on new form. As this tiny little speck grows and grows with each thing you surrender or surrender again, each thing you release, it grows until you see it's like a crystalline egg, a multifaceted gem glittering in the fire. And this gem connects to your heart space, connects to your fire within. And I invite you to imagine yourself a year from now without this burden you've been carrying, without this emotion that's been running the show or this belief running the show, seeing yourself in the possibility of your highest good without that energy. Just allowing that vision to come through and a feeling of joy, gratitude, acceptance, peace, ease to pour through from your heart center like a beam out into that crystalline egg. Just allowing whatever feelings of peace, compassion, ease, whatever you can be with here present, to pour out until you see that gem start to crack. And then with a brilliant blaze of light, a phoenix erupts from the gem. Take a moment to really receive the full energy of this phoenix spirit. Here as a guardian of Mother Earth herself and a catalyst for your dreams, your desires, your inner flame. Connect with this phoenix and see what wisdom they have to share with you. Just breathing here, being with this incredible power, knowing whether you receive a clear message or not, that Phoenix is here pouring her medicine into you, really supporting the sparking of the flame within. And she invites you to grab onto a tail feather as she lifts you back up that tunnel, up and up and up. And you may receive more messages here, or more guidance as you continue up and up and up. And just allowing yourself to feel the levity here, feel the transition, feel the alchemy, the shadow returning to light. Feel yourself rising up and up and up until you emerge from the portal you entered, the hole in the ground or in the sea, and you surge up into the sky, still flying with Phoenix, as they carry you up to get a bird's eye view. And you might just take a few moments here to orient once again to emotions, the Scorpio wisdom, the depth. Where do you need to fine tune? Where do you need to tweak? From this bird's eye view looking down at your life, where do you need to change your emotional landscapes? How do you do that? And just seeing what's here. Again, knowing even if no clear answer arises, that you are opening. You're opening to the possibility of what could be. And the Phoenix, with their incredible, awesome fire power, shines their light down on the earth, showcasing the importance of fire energy, but the need for it to be in balance. How are you going to balance your own inner fire against the watery depths of emotions that might sometimes drown things out with the sorrows of the world? How can you continue to nurture this creative spirit, this vibrant energy, even in times of darkness or uncertainty? Can you be with the both and, the water and the fire of this? And then Phoenix brings you gently back down to where your heart portal is. And gently sets you on the earth. And as you take a final moment to connect with the Phoenix here, there's just this incredible moment of connection as you see how this Phoenix really sees you. And then they fly right into your heart, right into that inner flame, to join with you, to remind you of the power and the potency of your spirit, your own inner Phoenix, your own connection to that primordial core of Mother Earth herself. And in this moment, you know you have been born and will be reborn many, many times in this lifetime alone. So many situations that have come and gone, chapters of your life that have opened and closed, stories that you've written and rewritten. You are like the phoenix, rising and falling again. Can you accept that about yourself? And can you integrate that wisdom now? If you choose this for yourself, you might bring your physical hands to heart center to really anchor it in. And just say, yes, yes, I claim this for me. I claim the power of the phoenix. I claim the power of the daily rebirth. I claim the power of my ability to alchemize and transform. Yes. Now it's time to return back through the portal of the heart, back into the physical body, knowing you carry this energy with you, whatever you have gained, and that this continues to grow within you as you move forward. So just entering back into the physical heart, entering back fully into the physical body, perhaps wiggling the fingers and toes. And in your own time, opening your eyes if they were not already open. All right, my friends. So I'm going to pull some cards for the collective here in just a moment. But reading intention here, I'm ready to be more gentle with myself as I navigate this world and all its heaviness. I tend to be really hard on myself, and I'm so ready to just be gentle and kind. Let go of that tendency to be on point. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that. That's so much of what I'm getting from the collective right now is like, there is so much heaviness right now, and we can't escape that, right? It's not something that we're going to blink our eyes open and it's going to be gone overnight. It takes a tremendous amount of anchoring in inner peace to move through the heaviness at all, right? It's more and more and more and more of us need to anchor in this gentleness in ourselves, this easefulness in ourselves, the power in ourselves, the forgiveness in ourselves, so that it can be felt more on a collective level. So again, I know we deviated way away from Scorpio energy there at its core, but Living Lunas is working on a blog series, and we've been sitting with Zodiac for a blog series and the animals associated with the Zodiac. And of course, I've done visualizations before in these moon calls where we've worked with Scorpion spirit, and Phoenix spirit came up as an alternative for Scorpio energy because of how Scorpio is kind of about like going in and discovering yourself and rediscovering yourself and like just really embracing the depth of who you are and your ability to be reborn. So I thought it was very appropriate that last night Phoenix Spirit came in super potent and was like, work with me. So I hope that was a powerful journey for you. I'd love to hear anything that came through. So our cards here for the collective, as we sit with this, I swear to goodness, as we sit with these collective energies here at Samhain, here during the Scorpio new moon, we have Pleiadian activation. So this Pleiadian activation is calling us into a higher level of harmony. It is calling us into collective unity. That is so non-existent when we look at the bird's eye view of the planet right now. But when we do get in and we look at what's happening in communities, we look at what's happening in states, when we look at what's happening in, specific communal systems within the larger system, we actually are seeing a ton of unity. We're seeing a lot more harmony. I'm seeing so many beautiful community groups that are coming together right now that are making a really positive impact on one another and doing incredible healing work. So that's really like, it's possible for us to pull that into the collective. And I say it ad nauseum every single time. We're anchoring in this work in ourselves to make it ripple out collectively. So if your small community, even if your small community is you and one other person, if you're creating harmony there, you're creating harmony out in ripples. And the Pleiadian activation is really bringing in this energy of knowing we can be rooted together, knowing that we can have resolution, which I know does not feel possible right here on the planet right now. And I just want to say that no matter what happens, we are rooting into the resolution now. We're seeing the need for the resolution, the need for harmony, the need for coming together, and we've got no choice, is unfortunately kind of where we're at. So no matter what happens, we're coming together. And this has to do with the ancestral realm. So literally, this is so perfect for Samhain. I have been hearing this call of the ancestors at large, and so many of my intuitive friends and whatnot on socials, I've been seeing so much of the same, that the ancestors are like weeping with what they're seeing, wanting us to remember their wisdom, wanting us to remember that they didn't suffer for nothing, right? Like, they want us to grow. They want us to create better for the generations moving forward. So the ancestors are really, like, they're screaming right now. And this is all about karmic release. If you look around at how much pain and suffering right now that is all karmic stuff that's been wound up. Wherever we're seeing these stories play out, there's karmic unwinding happening. And this planet has a lot of history of karmic violence, and we are trying to heal this lineage, right? There are more people that are able and open to speak up against atrocity now than ever before. And the atrocity is pretty atrocious, right? And it's been that way for a while in our human history, that these kinds of atrocities have been happening. But more and more people are speaking up now. More and more people are, getting their cameras out and taking pictures of things and posting about stuff. More people are using the power of their voice and whatever privilege they have to try and do something. So this is really an incredible time of release. But it's hard and grueling work, and it's tiring, and it's so much. Dawn, I love that. Phoenix is the energy that I've been working with, so I'm not surprised that you channeled. Yeah, she was here hot and heavy. She's like, I'm ready. So, Sirius Star Blessings is our last collective card here. And this is saying, yes, do the thing, keep pushing through. And so, with the spread, what I see here is really this, like, yes, keep speaking up. Yes, keep using your voice. Do what is right for you. Like, anchor in the healing into yourself so that you have the resourcefulness to go forward and do what's yours to do, right? Again, I'm going to say that forever and ever and ever until no one wants to listen to me anymore, because it's the most important thing we can do. And there are some people that don't have that ability or that privilege at all. And we can't help those people if we are burnt out and feeling exhausted, broke ourselves, right? We have to get ourselves to a nervous system neutral to be able to fully mobilize and do what needs to be done to really change this around. It's all about compassion. So, as always, thank you so much for joining me here to do ceremony and to have some moments of presence. I think it's so important that we have these moments to set intentions and just really be with ourselves. I love that I get to do these twice a month and just be with you and see who shows up here in the live space and see who messages me after to let me know what kind of experience they had. If this is meaningful for you and you have the means and ability to do so, you are welcome to donate to my stream so that I can keep doing this. And there is no pressure. And if you love these and you want to make sure that you never miss one of them, I do have a place you can sign up for them. So that is safrianna.com/moon. So you don't have to miss them in the future. And last but not least, tomorrow. So if you're watching the replay, it might be too late because it's, less than like just a little over 12 hours from now. I will be hosting the Bear Immersion, which is a half-day digital retreat. You can drop in for one of the four segments, or you can come for the whole day. The event is only $11, and we are just going to be anchoring in compassion, cozy bear energy. It's going to be lots of meditation and arts and crafts kinds of stuff, journaling, and just nourishment for ourselves to anchor in this energy of rejuvenation and peace. So if you want more information about that, you can go to livinglunas.com/bear. Would love to see you there. So until next time, I will be back with our full moon in just another 2 weeks, just about, and can't wait to join you there. Please be so kind to yourself, especially as you're riding these Scorpio waves. The emotions might get big. Breathe. We've got you. Reach out if you need any support. I love to connect with each and every one of you. All right. Bye for now, my friends. Go in peace and ease and gentleness.